everybody, welcome to the party where the knots hang. It's just a rap thing.
And we're back with episode 78 of The Sounds of Struggle. I'm Chris Parrish.
Hi.
Hello?
Hello. How are you?
Come see, come saw.
You're French. That is funny. Ha ha ha.
Rendezvous? That's about it.
Regardez. Avec. And shit.
Voulez et avec quoi?
No. I
C'est
will not have
soir.
sex with you tonight.
Pourquoi?
Because you're not my type.
Oui.
Yeah, who else is not getting any tonight? Vegas. That's a segue and a half.
Wow.
Actually, technically they did, because they got fucked.
Yeah, they got the big O.
They had
She.
They got a big O face on in the last. Well, I mean, I think it might be over now.
Oh, I think it's over now.
Last I checked, 6-2 when we left.
Yeah.
Left our favorite watering hole.
So this actually can go in.
6-2 final.
This can go into a segue about consistency.
They're consistently losing.
Well, they are, but I want to talk about consistency of officiating.
There isn't any. Move on.
No, because I attempted to watch this basketball other people speak of yesterday. I could not get through the full game. And then the one thing I'm noticing in the NHL Stanley Cup final is that one game you see some things go, sometimes you see things not being let go, but then there's discrepancy and not any consistency from sort of plays. Like after game 1, the big thing was cross-checks. So game 2, they were looking at cross-checks like they were the most evil thing in the world. But then you're seeing in games 3 that, okay, some cross-checks are being called, not all cross-checks are being called.
And tonight's game, they let everything go.
And then some of the... and that's just the thing. Like, they're letting everything go, but then they're calling other things, and you're just questioning, okay, like, when Oshie got the 5th goal, he flat out elbowed Colin Miller in the
right
face.
in the nostrils.
Yeah. And Miller didn't have the puck. And when you hit somebody who doesn't have the puck, that is interference.
Yeah.
But he also flat out elbowed him in the face, so that's elbowing more than it is interference.
I'd say the only reason he may not get interference is because he's going to hit Oshie, and I guess one could theoretically argue that he is, and you can't see my air quotes, but I'm using air quotes when I say protecting himself.
They're not.
But really, it's an elbow, straight up elbow. But you know what? It doesn't matter. They still lost by 4 goals.
I'm just saying, either way, it could have been one or the other, if not the other.
I'll disagree with the one, but elbowing for sure. Sort of, yeah.
But nonetheless, that's just what I mean. Like, you see those kind of plays not called. But then you see...
And then didn't Oshie, like, only a couple minutes later upend him, like, badly with his stick in the face?
It might have... in the defense of that play, I guess, like, both guys had their sticks up and they were just going really hard. Probably because the play before instigated that animosity between the two for that play.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like, you see something like that elbow not get called, what do you think is going to happen next?
Well, what did happen? McNabb and Oshie both kicked it out of the game.
Yeah, because this escalated into something bigger. And it's like, well, if you want to not have that ladder crap in the game, then set a standard and a precedent and call the original.
I'm just frustrated because the referees weren't letting anything happen. Just let them fight. It's the playoffs.
Well,
we paid for blood.
But then, like, earlier in the series, you saw a Capital player literally trip his own guy accidentally, and they call Vegas for the penalty. And you're just like, I just don't understand what's being called anymore. I don't know. I really don't understand what's a penalty. I really don't know what's being allowed. Plus, then you add this whole NHL, we really want to eliminate headshots in the game. Okay, then explain why you don't call a fucking elbow in the face. As a fan, I'm confused.
I don't know.
And then, this is where I'm gonna go back to that fucking atrocity basketball game that I tried to watch.
I'll pretend to listen.
It seems like the more you complain and moan to a ref, the more leeway you're gonna get on further calls. So if you don't complain at all, the one time you want to question what you saw, you're gonna instantly get
Technical foul.
Yeah. And it's just, I just don't understand, because it's just, you're just allowing the players to be quote unquote soft, but also just, spoiled pussies. And
nothing smells worse than a spoiled pussy.
Right?
Because it's spoiled. It's not right.
But then also, there was a time in the game where I believe that quarter ended, and Stephen Curry...
Quarter's 1/4.
Yes. Also, it's like, 16 cents, depending on currency.
Yes.
That's neither here nor
America
there.
joke.
But, actually, it's more of a Canadian show.
As is our currency.
But Stephen Curry found himself directly involved with the Cavaliers bench, chirping them. Now,
Because he looks like he's 12 and a bitch.
is it just me, or if I was a Cavalier player and somebody was around my bench chirping, I'd just punch him right in the face.
You can't do that in basketball. It's not allowed.
No, but like in almost any other sport, that's what would happen to you.
At least a shove.
You don't go into another team's bench. And
Yeah, it'd be at least a shove of some sort.
there has to be pushback, right?
Literally pushback.
But then, as soon as the old-fashioned brouhaha was about to insert,
The pre-Donnybrook, if you will.
I just really wanted to say brouhaha.
Haha, brew.
Yeah. Curry walks away bitching about why there wasn't no foul called on the Cavaliers. And I'm just like, this is where I ended up turning this game off.
He's a puss wagon.
Because it's just, I just don't understand.
I thought you turned the game off when you saw LeBron get fucking schoolyard bullied.
No, because the Curry thing was like right after.
Yeah.
But what I just didn't understand, but that was also another one too, because there was an instant where a Golden State Warrior went to go shoot, did the jump fake, so the Cavalier defender jumps, but instead of, waiting and jumping and like shooting over him, he dives into him and then just throws the ball and gets a foul. Like, the Cavalier guy gets the foul.
See, I don't know what shocks me more. The fact you actually watched it, or the fact you're surprised that basketball has these bass-backwards rules that don't make any sense and make me never want to watch it.
Well, no,
This is why I don't watch
I just say, like, when I watch, like...
It's as crooked as my dick.
When I see the NCAA, like, the March Madness, it's fun basketball to watch.
It's because they have somewhere to go and...
What?
I don't know.
They have to earn things. Yes, 100%. I agree. They're playing
They're
for
not-
something.
They're not getting, and again, using air quotes, paid.
Well, and that's... I 100% believe I have two ideas that could help the game of basketball.
Cancel it.
No, one, and this isn't on this tangent, but I would definitely have 3 1-minute timeouts for each team per game. Not like how many timeouts they actually have, because it's fucking ridiculous.
6.
Like something stupid. But then, if a team commits a technical foul, you lose a timeout.
Fair enough. What happens when you lose all your timeouts?
Well, then you're
You
screwed.
lose timeouts for the next game? Just carries over? Oh, fuck, would that be funny?
I would just say, like, if you have no more timeouts, then the other team gets 1 or 2 free throws.
Don't they anyways?
Okay, well maybe they lose a timeout, the other team gets a free throw. If you don't have any timeouts, the other team just gets an automatic 2 free throws plus the ball back.
Huh, fair enough.
How about that? And then maybe some teams will actually start acting properly.
Maybe. I doubt it, but maybe. By the way, did you see what happened in Game 1 with J.R. Smith?
Yeah.
What a tool.
Okay, and this is also part of it too. That guy literally is a gigantic retard in sneakers. Because
I mean that in the most PC way possible.
Yeah. Perish complaining.
Retard.
But at the same time, there are instances in the game I was watching yesterday where J.R. Smith was out of position really badly, and as soon as a play ends, and he's looking like that deer in a headlight, he has no explanation. So you almost wonder, I'm like, does he really know what he's doing anymore?
Just for anybody who, unless you're like me and happen to watch highlights, did not see it, there was 4 seconds left. They were down by 1. There was a free throw.
No, they were down by 1, yeah.
Yeah, and there was a free throw off the line. He managed to get the ball back. And
Cavaliers ended up having 2 free throws.
Okay, yeah, they had 2 free throws.
Sunk the first one to tie the game.
Missed the second one.
And
then J.R. Smith grabs it, and instead of shooting again with a couple seconds left to make it so that the Warriors have to do a long ball, whatever, he turns and just runs away with the ball.
Oh.
Doesn't shoot. He literally turns to run past the 3-point line, and then tries to call a timeout, but the game is already over.
No, LeBron tried to call the timeout, but it was too late.
It was.
You can tell LeBron was like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Fuck.
Now I understand the whole idea of okay, had he made a basket, Golden State would have enough time to probably get one last shot off. And last thing you want to do,
maybe 2 seconds, but they had to inbound it, get to center and just toss it. Which yes, you have one of the best three-point guys in Steph Curry. I get that, but it's better to have that.
You still have to make the shot.
Exactly.
And that's
and if you're all over them, it'll be harder to shoot.
It's
as opposed to giving them the win.
Just take the points.
You know what, J.R. Smith, you're a fool, and you deserved what happened in Game 2 when all the Warrior fans started cheering for you.
No, did you want to know what my favorite part of that Game 2 was?
When they lost?
No, J.R. Smith was he had a couple free throws.
Okay.
And as soon as before he was about to shoot for his first free throw, Golden State's fans started chanting MVP to him.
That's fantastic.
It was funny.
They started doing it at the beginning. They started cheering at the beginning of the game when he was called. Everyone else they booed, but that's still funny as hell. Good stuff.
So, I don't know. My second one also would just flat out, anytime somebody jumps into a guy, on purpose, or fouls a guy, instead of giving them baskets, I would just flat out change possession. So, anytime a defensive foul happened, if hypothetically Golden State and the Cavs are playing, and the foul happens when Golden State has the ball and they're breaking out of their own thing, and they commit the foul, it automatically goes back to Cavaliers. But if the foul is committed and they're on the offensive in Cavalier territory, then they would get free throws.
Okay.
But I would limit instead of 6 fouls, you get 4.
Yeah.
And then you don't see this bullshit at the end of the game where you're just throwing away fouls just to get the fucking ball back. Or just so he has to make free throws. And then it slows the game down even more.
Yes, the last 10 minutes of the game do take about as much time as the first half, so I'll give you that.
And that's why I go with the
Also,
time.
I don't watch, because fuck that.
Might as well just fucking fast forward it on your PVR.
Nah, just watch highlights. Tune into Sportsnet, SportsCenter. Just watch highlights, you know? But I'm going to move on to something a little lighter, a little more fun. There was a goose that invaded the Detroit Tigers game when Toronto was there.
A goose.
A Canadian goose. And it kept trying to land on the field, and people had to keep scaring it off, and it flew up and ended up hitting a scoreboard. Luckily, a fan got it, though, and managed to get it out safely, I guess, and so I guess that's good. But, I guess it's a good thing to know that when the Blue Jays are down, they call on their big brother Goose to try and, hold the game off for a few minutes. That's kind of funny. By the way, they're fucking terrible this year.
Oh, I know.
Good God.
They need pitching.
Man,
bad.
What, 3 years ago when they suddenly had a surge of being amazing, actually got me back into baseball after years of just thinking it's stupid.
But what did they have, though, they had pitching.
They had pitching and bats.
Yeah.
Now they have no pitching and very limited bats with a lot of injuries.
But at the same time, at least, if you're not going to score any runs, it's nice to know that your pitching can also prevent runs being scored.
Yes. Now they don't have that. They don't have either. And it's just rough to watch, and I'm losing interest again. Which sucks because I don't want to be that guy. I only watch if they're good, but it's so rough to watch.
Yeah, but it's also hard to, have faith in a team when you have a chance to sign one of your best hitters and you let him go, but choose to keep the aging one who
ends up being with 3 different teams in the last year. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, whatever. I don't run the team, so fuck it.
I mean, I think it was pretty obvious that you signed Encarnacion and let Batista walk. I think that was pretty obvious.
Well, clearly not.
I mean, even John Cena can see that.
Clearly not, because it didn't happen. But keeping in a baseball sense, but more of a softball thing, Clay Matthews is going to have to go for nose surgery after taking a line drive from teammate during a charity softball game.
Now, which teammate was this?
Don't care, because all I know is it's funny as shit. I think it's great. Charity softball game, wha-bam! Right in the face.
Now, what is he getting surgery on?
His nose.
Wouldn't it be ironic if it happened from his teammate, the nose tackle? But
that would be kind of funny, yes.
Isn't it ironic?
Don't you think?
I was going to the Bo Burnham one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
IRONIC, IRONIC.
Like when a chick gets pregnant because they had sex on a pull-out couch?
Yes.
Yeah. Ironic.
Yes. On a sterile uncle's pull-out couch.
Yeah.
The other thing I have about football, transitioning from football players playing softball to football in general, you remember that Eagles fan who got arrested after, punching a cop and punching a cop's horse back when during the playoffs last year?
Lumberjack Larry, yes. What about him?
Yes. This Eagles fan, actual name Andrew Tornett, is suing the team and police, stating he has experienced a bunch of physical abuse, discomfort, trauma, humiliation, embarrassment, emotional distress, sleeplessness, anxiety, inability to perform simple activities of daily life, aka masturbate, depression characterized by feelings of despair, hopelessness, and despondency. Because he claims he didn't punch the horse or the cop. Although there is video of him doing so. He is suing the Philadelphia police and the team. Because clearly them winning did this to him. Man, I don't get Eagles fans.
See, this is why nobody wins when the Eagles become Super Bowl champions.
I don't get it.
Horses get punched.
Cops get
Fans can't masturbate. Things don't happen but are recorded. What the hell's going on?
The world's in shambles, man. Goddamn Eagles fans. Fucking guys.
Yeah.
Also, I have one little note on MMA. Bisping just retired officially.
Yep.
So that's cool.
Probably because he wants to see a future.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Eyesight. Yeah, he doesn't have good ones.
No, he doesn't.
So yeah, that's. Congrats to him on a well documented and historical career, I guess. Cool.
Still think Hendo beat him in the second fight.
Yeah, but you just hate everything that's good.
No, what was good was Hendo beating him. And
yes.
not having the call go his way.
Switching to hockey. You hear that Vegas Game 1, 44% of all Vegas residents watched Game 1. That's like I think it's just over 1 million maybe, people?
Yeah, I think Game 1 of the Vegas...
broke records, I want to say.
I think it was the top 5 most viewed Stanley Cup final game.
Yeah.
For the NHL.
Yes, it was. No, I want to switch to the Bruins on Twitter. I want to get your opinion on this. Bruins on Twitter saying which free agents they're going to let go and try to keep. fuck's up with that? They actually went on record saying Giunta, Postma, and Agostino are all gone. They're not going to be re-signed.
Well,
but they're going to try to keep Zarnik.
I agree with Giunta.
Don't get me wrong. Whether you agree or disagree with who they're keeping and letting go, do you really need to post that on social media before it happens?
Well,
that just seems like a slap in the face to those three players.
Yeah, but
regardless of how long they're with the team, regardless of what they did to help or not help, that just seems just shitty on their part. Whoever's running the Twitter is just kind of a dick.
What happens if it was already a mutual departure?
Maybe, but wouldn't they say it's a mutual departure? We are not going to re-sign them. I don't know.
I mean, it's not exactly how I would do it, but I mean, usually, I come from a team where, the reason we get rid of guys is because they end up being really good and then Chiarelli trades them for shitty players.
Usually when they're on Boston.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily. It's usually trades involving the Islanders for some reason.
No, fair enough. Speaking of general managers, let's go to an assistant general manager in Randy Lee, who was arrested in Buffalo for charges of harassment. He could face up to 15 days in jails and fines. It was undisclosed amount of fines. I would say probably in the thousands. He also pleaded not guilty today, which makes me curious. Is it really he's not guilty and he actually is guilty or a shit person, or is the city of Buffalo just not good for hockey players or hockey people?
Well, I don't know.
At least he wasn't accused of rape. Because if that was the case, he's innocent then.
Or beating up cab drivers.
You know what? He's probably innocent. You're right.
Huh? I mean, you're innocent.
You're right. You're
proven guilty.
Right? You're in Buffalo?
It's also the American legal system. You always have a shot.
That's very true.
Even if you took the first one.
If the hockey glove don't fit, you must acquit. The only thing I have for hockey is McDavid's rookie card became the most expensive one in modern history, being worth $55,655.
No, let's hope it's not the visual of him getting his clavicle broken.
No, it's just him doing that stare off into the distance. With it signed, apparently. So it's worth $55,655. So that's cool. Let's get into the wrestling, bud.
Well, is that really it for hockey?
That's all I got for hockey, unless you got something.
Just trying to think. Well, Todd Nelson got hired by the Dallas Stars.
Who's Todd Nelson?
He used to be a head coach for the Oilers, assistant coach. I don't know.
Oh, good for him.
Local guy, really good coach.
Yeah, good for him. That's good.
So, became the first assistant coach for Dallas under their new regime. So that's good for them. He actually is really good at developing guys from the AHL, because he was the AHL coach for a long time at Oklahoma City, and then
in Bakersfield.
I don't think he was there for Bakersfield.
Yeah.
I think Bakersfield technically was the ECHL team.
Wait, so what is it now? Oklahoma? Are they there now? Or are they in Bakersfield now?
They're in there's the Bakersfield Condors are their AHL team.
Right. Because before they were Oklahoma City
Barons.
Yeah. Right, like oil barons.
Yeah.
See that? Yes, I got
you. Yeah, I guess there really isn't too much in hockey.
It's more just Caps up 2 or 3-1 now, and
that, and then they're doing the old combine for the rookies before the draft, which is set to be in just under 3 weeks now.
Yep.
So that's interesting. Oh, actually confirmed through Reddit.
Oh, it's got to be real.
Well, I mean, it was a Reddit journalist posted the graphic that Adidas actually has it under good use, that I guess multiple teams are going to have a third jersey for next season.
Hooray!
And they show the graphic of all the teams that are actually for sure. So that's going to be interesting. So especially for the draft, teams like Arizona and Carolina have already said that they're going to unveil their third jersey the day of the draft.
Well, there you go.
Because that's usually a tradition that's done, where you see new jerseys unveiled on draft day.
Perfect.
So, from the sounds of it, the Oilers are getting a third jersey and supposedly a tweak to the color, not so much the color scheme, but the shades of the colors. So we might see a better shade of orange and a different shade of blue.
And a lighter shade of pale.
But we will also see the blue jersey supposedly coming back.
Hooray!
And we also might see the yellow streak on Milan Lucic's back disappear.
Why would there be a yellow streak? Because he's a coward?
Well, I mean, I didn't say it.
You definitely hinted at it.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough.
That's all I had.
Okay, fair enough. There's something I want to bring up.
Okay.
Nude leaks. Wrestling. Yeah.
Who now?
I just found JoJo's, but I feel like those have already been out. But I just found them. So
Yeah, I
I'm
don't know.
wondering if they're new or if they were like, I just missed them.
Now,
But I can understand why the Eater of Worlds wants to eat her world.
when she masturbates, does she have the whole world in her hands? And then Bray Wyatt is the eater of world?
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Well, Angelina Love just had a couple not too long ago.
Couldn't find them. Don't know why.
And then we saw Zelina Vega not too long ago. Before
Saw
that,
all of her.
yeah.
El
Idolo.
Idol.
Yeah.
There's been a couple releases from NXT.
Yeah, the Eli brothers.
No,
No?
one of the Ely brothers. The other one, Uriel has been released, and Gabriel apparently is still under contract as of right now. And he's having 24-hour migraines, which would suggest probably head injury. So
Well, I heard the rumor that he will be released once that's cleared up.
that's, yeah, I was going to say, he hasn't been released yet. I'm expecting him to be released
I don't
as
think
soon
you
as
can release someone who's
injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
I think you can ask them, but then you still have to give them that training or...
The treatment or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, best of luck in all their future endeavors and such.
we give a shit about him.
Either one of them.
Yeah.
You hear Al-Qaeda threatens the Saudi royal family after the Greatest Royal Rumble?
Yeah, and then apparently they fired one of their writers.
Oh, yes, I'm going to get into that. The senior vice president responsible for global content distribution and business development was fired because his wife runs an anti-Muslim Twitter account. Which, I get it. You are a publicly traded company. You don't want any black marks whatsoever. As much as, it's not him, it's his wife. They run separately. They knew going in. Apparently, allegedly, WWE knew when they hired him.
Well, the account's half his.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Well, I mean, just from the marriage, right?
Yeah, well, I guess that's true. But I guess they knew when they hired him, but they...
Easy Al, she's a kid.
WWE basically just played dumb when it came to her being a part of his life, saying, we did not know, we had no idea of this. But you know what? It's a blessing and a curse of the whole freedom of speech thing. You can say whatever you want, but you have to be prepared for the repercussions when you say something that's going to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it sucks this guy lost his job, but I mean, he knew going in, if his wife's posting it, either he has to cut it out or risk losing his job. So...
That's why you see a lot of jobs have, social media,
They do background checks, they do all kinds of stuff.
Well, it's not even that, but there's policies that are in place, so you just can't go online and talk about it.
I'm currently with an employer right now who I will not name, because if they found out that I was doing this and had their name in it, who would I be in trouble? But anyways, if I am caught on any social media talking bad about the company...
Get fired.
I get fired. Straight up. And I get it. You don't want the people who work there to make fun of or talk down about the product or the company, because that just looks terrible.
Yeah.
Do you really want to work for someone or buy product from someone when the people working there are not happy? That just looks bad.
With the exception of the Canadian Wrestling Coalition, you guys still aren't giving me the respect that I deserve for having your title for 359 days.
See, that I find that's kind of different for two reasons. One, it's wrestling, so it's there's going to be conflict. That's understood. And 2, you don't hate the company. You just hate the people that are in power right now. If there are different people in power, you'd like it.
I should be in power.
Yes. You don't hate their business model because their business model is sports entertainment. You agree with that. You just hate the way that the people who are in power are running it.
Well, yeah. You should have got a whole bite of the final of the Canada Cup. We had to wrestle.
But do you need the Canada Cup, seeing as you already have champion?
It was for you.
Oh, I agree with. That's stupid.
Yeah.
To hell with those people running that stuff. I will find them and I will fight them. It's okay though. I'm going to win the Rumble coming up. I am officially announcing my entrant right now. Even if I'm not entered, I'm just going to get in. I don't care.
And I am going to surprise people that day.
There you go.
Because I have a plan for that Rumble as well.
Hooray! But no, I don't care if I'm actually not even like in it. I'll run in there. I'll eliminate everybody, and then proclaim myself, and then you can have a night off. You're welcome. Then we'll go drink.
Like I said, I have a plan as well.
Perfect. We have plans on plans on plans.
I think it's a very it's a plan of initiative.
There we go.
Not a lot of champions will do this.
Yes. Now from people being fired to people getting hired. The last 2 remaining horsewomen of the MMA world, Mrs. Roderick Strong, and then who the 4th one was.
They got hired like a month ago, didn't they?
I just found out like 3 days ago. I apparently am very late to this party. So congrats to them. So I guarantee some point in the next, I'll say 3 to 5 years, maybe sooner, maybe later, they're going to do some sort of 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen thing.
Well, somebody who did apparently just sign with WWE is former Ring of Honor a female wrestler.
Deonna Purrazzo.
Yeah, supposedly.
Mrs. Villain, from what I've heard. So, do we start the
Are
rumor?
they married or just dating?
Just dating.
Yeah.
Do we start the rumor now that he's on his way too? You heard it here first. He's on his way.
You know what?
He's got a good gig over in New Japan, though.
Yes.
And Ring of Honor.
Is he in the Super Junior?
He was. He made it, I think, to either quarters or semis.
Who won?
I know this. Takahashi.
Was Flip Gordon in the final?
No, it was the new Bone Soldier. Ishiri? Yeah, Bullet Club got a new Bone Soldier.
Okay.
Yeah, a guy named Ishiri, I believe, and he was beaten by Takahashi, who was part of Los Ingobernables to Japan.
Not to Jericho.
No, not to Jericho. NATO's group, yes. Yeah. So he won that. So congrats to him. Which this coming Saturday? Don't open your eye at me, you fucking weirdo.
Hey, you talked about NATO.
It doesn't mean you have to open your eye at me. I want to see your fucking membrane. Don't show me your... Quit showing me your mucous membrane, you perv!
My whispering eye.
Did you hear about David Magic Man Arquette?
No.
He's calling himself the Magic Man and wants to return to wrestling. Now, there's a rumor going around he wants to possibly make a documentary.
He can't be the Magic Man. The guy from...
Talladega Nights.
Yeah, he's the Magic Man.
Yeah.
John C. Reilly's the Magic Man.
Well, I guess he went by the Magic Man. Now you see me? Now you don't. But that could be an infringement on John Cena, so I guess that's still on courts. Point is, he's no El Diablo. I think it means crazy chicken.
I beat up El Diablo a lot.
Me too. But yeah, I guess David Arquette, there's a rumor that he's going to do some sort of wrestling documentary, and he wants to get back to the wrestling world to, as he put in his own words, right the wrongs, defend his honor, and make right his good name.
Can he do that in acting? Because he made a lot of shitty movies. Can he just make a good one?
Ready to Rumble's alright.
Yeah, alright.
A diamond upside down the pussy.
Yeah, but that wasn't him.
It was him and Scott Caan.
Yeah, Scott Caan's awesome.
He is. He's good. I like him.
Yeah, he's Tweed University Blues. Fantastic movie.
He's on all the Oceans 11, 12, and 13 movies, which are awesome.
Yeah, he's Dano on Y50. He was in Entourage from last year.
There you go.
Huh? He was also in God in 60 Seconds.
Yeah, because he was with me.
Yeah. Good actor.
Now that all the... switching to somebody who I don't give a flying fuck about. Have you heard this Enzo diss track?
No.
Don't. Certain people...
I mean, I've heard,
the talk
parts
about
of it.
Yeah.
Parts of it, but...
But no, there's certain people like Peaches fucking loves it.
Yeah.
And this will be the first time I ever say this. Peaches, you're a fucking idiot.
Well,
it's not good.
I think he's a little bit of a J.R. Smith.
holding onto the ball too long?
Well, I'm going to say more of the retard.
The socially inept. Gotcha. Yeah. That's the PC way of saying it. Socially inept. Yeah. There's now apparently fans petitioning for him to get back in WWE. I guess all 2 of his fans. Really, do we want that? Does he need to come back?
Okay, here's the other thing. Does WWE really care about him? Because he was apparently he was a piss animal.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't care. I didn't care about him in like the 205. The only time I liked him was when he was tagging with Big Cass. Because he ran his mouth, but then got his ass kicked. And it's like, you know what? I'm okay with that.
Isn't it funny that ever since Enzo gets released, all Big Cass has done was come back from injury, and now supposedly he's in hot water backstage?
I guess they have to have someone from the Brooklyn area to hate.
What? It's like backstage etiquette, and you can't teach that.
Apparently. What else? Young Bucks and Cody tease an All-In 2 at Madison Square Garden.
I don't see why they can't. Because I think All In. I think one of their problems, they didn't expect All In to be as
big,
exactly as quickly as it was, and I think they were very
pleasantly surprised,
overwhelmed with the demand. And I think now it's like, is that going to be like streamed? Is it going to be on pay-per-view? Is it going to be?
I know that they're looking into it.
Well, I think clearly, because I mean, there's a lot of money to be made with this.
You know what? If they do stream All In, I guarantee I will get it and watch it because I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. Wish I could be there, but I can't. Too close to mine and Miss Meniac's wedding.
It's 2 weeks before.
That's just not enough time.
One night.
I know, that's not enough time.
I mean,
do that for my bachelor party.
Oh, now you want to do it?
Except for I'm working and I can't get it up because I use all my vacation days for my upcoming vacation next week and then my wedding, so I don't have any vacation.
Why don't you just say that you got the mumps?
I could fit an illness, but then I'd have to get a doctor's note. That's a pain in the ass.
Aren't you a doctor?
Not officially. They don't accept mine. They don't accept until I get my official doctorate back from the Alberta Health Science.
Ooh, you know who you can ask?
Who?
Your football team's quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. I mean, I've lost his number.
Because he got an honorary.
I could try and find it.
He had an honorary doctorate presented to him this past week.
For what?
With the helps he's doing with like the concussion and stuff like that. Him and
so he's honorary. So he's just like Oprah and Dr. Phil. It doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, but I mean,
I have an actual one, or had an actual one.
I'm sure your work will see like Aaron Rodgers' signature and just be like, oh, okay.
I have a feeling that both the guys that run my site don't have a single clue who the fuck Aaron Rodgers is. Not to name names, but the guys I work for are kind of dumb. That's all I got to say
We'll
about that.
just call his name Shaun and Martin.
Yeah, that'll work. Those two guys are stupid.
Yeah. Dumb names, too.
Yeah.
Martin.
So because there's two things that two other things I have left for wrestling. One is, I guess, Machine Gun Carl Anderson put out there some feelers about possibly bringing back Talking Shop. I would like that. I would like that very much. What do you think of that?
Only done with them drinking, though.
Well, yeah.
Even though the one on Jericho's where they weren't drinking was funny, the drinking ones are a lot funnier.
Yes.
And you gotta maximize your skills here.
I agree. Now, being that next week is the week before shows, aka Money in the Bank and Takeover Chicago, I'm not going to be here. So should we go over the card this week, or do you want to do that by yourself next week?
Well, I think for the most part the card's already official.
Yeah, so I was going to say, do you want to go over it now?
So, we can.
Sure. As of right now, looks like there's 4 matches. I'm assuming they're going to add a women's match to make it a 5th match. And probably a 6th one for...
Well, they got the women title matches and the ladder matches, so there's 4 already.
Because as of right now, on here, what I have is tag titles, Undisputed Era of Kyle O'Reilly, Roger Strong versus Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch.
For Money in the Bank?
No, I'm talking about Takeover.
Okay, well, you didn't mention that.
Oh, well, I'm talking Takeover first.
Okay.
So, Takeover. That's going to be the tag titles. And then also Aleister Black versus Lars Sullivan for the NXT Championship.
Yeah.
Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa in a street fight.
Chicago Street Fight.
Chicago Deep Dish street fight.
And
then
a
Ricochet
Black
versus...
Hawk Down match.
Yeah. Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream. Now, I'm expecting 2 more matches to be added to this. One being Nikki Cross versus Shayna Baszler for the women's title.
Yeah.
And then one being maybe Adam Cole, baby, versus somebody from the North American.
Pete Dunne?
Maybe Pete Dunne to do a title versus title.
That makes a lot of sense.
So, that does make sense to me, yes.
And I think, too, you can put whatever titles for, you could probably expect that champion to win, and then you don't have to...
Or,
so if you want Pete Dunne to really get a win here, you can have it for the UK title.
Or if they do a title versus title and just have like a disqualification just like thrown out. Or do what they did back when it was Kurt Angle and he had the European and the Intercontinental. Do 2 falls. First fall for one, second fall for another. You could literally switch titles if you wanted. I don't think they would.
Yeah.
But
that might be too much though for one.
I agree. But you never know.
But then at the end of the day, you're not settling anything. You're having potentially one guy probably get pinned, another guy getting pinned.
Yep.
Or a guy walking out with 2, and I don't think you want that.
Hey, you never know. It depends on the way they want to run this, right? But anyways, first for the tag match, who are you having going over?
Oh, the champs.
Yeah.
I honestly
sure.
have all champs retaining on this show.
Okay, so we have all champs retaining. We'll just leave it at that. And then what about Gargano, Ciampa? I'm going to have Ciampa win this one.
Yeah, that's exactly what... I would have had Ciampa win the first one, Gargano win the second one. Then that would have been the one that would have finished this whole thing.
But of course, with the stipulation, if Ciampa won the first one, there would not.
I am going on record saying we're going to see Candice LeRae screw Johnny Gargano.
Oh, this just got hot.
In
That's even hotter.
Yeah, because, I mean...
Man on woman on man action.
I think I got an invitation. No, I'm just kidding.
So you think she's going to screw him over out of the win?
Yes.
As opposed to screw him sexually.
Well,
which I would also like to see.
I didn't imply anything. Oh, you dirty minds.
Do you think his wife's going to turn on him? That'd be interesting.
Right? I mean, think about it.
I think you might be right in that she screws him over. I don't think it's intentional.
But I mean...
I think it's accidental.
When you think about with the way the story was made, she's the one who got accidentally hit because Johnny couldn't pull himself out of this. She's not going to stand by and let her husband... she's not going to support her husband, is what the wording was saying. While he does this. Therefore, I could see her then... And just with the closeness of the 3 of them in the past...
I could see her actually going to try and crossbody or do something to Tommaso, have him get out of the way and have her hit Johnny. That ends the match, and then Ciampa does something to him right afterwards, but that's the distraction that costs Johnny the match.
I mean,
that's my theory.
I think the whole pictorial of Ciampa arm in arm with Candice LeRae standing over Johnny Gargano is just so amazingly
you
good.
think that Johnny Gargano's a cuck and likes to watch from, the closet wearing usually a Superman suit.
Well, imagine just like the Chris Jericho Christian match with Trish Stratus, where we thought Trish was in Jericho's corner and then ends up being with Christian at the end.
Sure, but she's not married to him.
And that's what I mean. And then just escalate that whole relationship tenfold.
Yeah, I agree, that whole relationship, for sure.
But, I mean, it's just such a... kind of a...
Well, it's something, that's for damn sure.
And then...
I'll catch my attention.
And then maybe this is, the time where Johnny Gargano just can't be a part of NXT, and he walks away from NXT, and then
he's at All In.
and then he's on the main roster.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
But
Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream. Who wins it?
Ricochet.
Yeah. Velveteen Dream is great, but I don't know. I would.
Does he ever win at his Dream Over matches?
I feel like he has, but not for quite a while.
Because did he? No, he beat Cassius Ohno, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he lost Aleister Black.
Yeah.
And then really those were the two big ones. And then he lost the ladder match.
Yeah.
But he didn't really.
But I feel like I don't know. The other thing too is he's so young. He's 23. Yeah. There's tons of time for Dream.
Well, I mean, John Cena said he's the next up and coming face of the company.
He's an androgynous guy.
Yeah.
Makes it okay to be different.
I still would love to see him and Goldust in some capacity.
Yes. But yeah, so that is what we have roughly for the most part for
what do
Takeover.
you have like post Takeover? Like, what's your idea and your goal for, like, say
to continue to enjoy Takeover and NXT and such?
Just like, what do you think the direction of NXT will be after Takeover Chicago?
I have no idea.
Something tells me we're gonna see EC3 and Aleister Black.
Actually, the way that Johnny Gargano did his contract signing thing for this street fight, I could see EC3 going after Johnny Gargano. I really could.
But the reason why I go EC3 Aleister Black is because I still think, especially if Ciampa wins the next, there's going to be one more match.
Yeah, it's very possible.
And then maybe afterwards that could be a thing. But
yeah.
I personally hope we're on the cusp of seeing Mustache Mountain against Undisputed Era.
Yes.
I really hope that's a thing moving as something we see. I also hope that Nikki Cross wins this match, but by disqualification or something, and they continue this.
Yeah, or like counter because Shayna Baszler runs away, or whatever the case is, she wins somehow, but not actually for the title.
Or she maybe wins the match, but it's I don't know. But there's something where, you know, this has to continue because I would really like to see a good women's feud develop. Also because
I think she deserves it.
Well, it's not so much that. I just think they're finally at a position where I think you're getting new chicks rising. Like, in the sense that Dakota Kai is becoming more of a mainstay on the roster. Bianca Belair is becoming more of a mainstay on the roster. You got Lacey Evans, who I think is a diamond in the rough on the NXT women's side.
Yes, I do like her. I don't know, maybe it's just me being really...
And then who knows where Deonna Purrazzo,
if she shows up right away or whatever the case. For me, though, I'm finding it difficult lately to watch the women's stuff. I think if they had Candice LeRae in there, I'd be more inclined to watch.
Well, and that's why I think I do think you gotta push Johnny Gargano up on the main roster, and this only can help the growth of Candice LeRae. I also think by turning Candice LeRae heel, it allows the heel side of the women's division to strengthen up a bit. I think it's quite weak already in the NXT. There's only a couple. Bianca Belair seems to get more babyface reaction.
Yes.
So really, you got Shayna Baszler, and then you have Lacey Evans.
Don't get me wrong. That Dakota Kai, that move she did on Vanessa Bourne, that was really cool. It's like a backstabber, but from like the front doing like a sunset flip backstab or whatever it is. But I just don't buy her as like a credible opponent.
I honestly think she's...
I don't know. She seems to me like Bayley, but
that's exactly what I was going to say.
Not as over. Well, if she got to the point of being over as Bayley on NXT, then I might be able to buy her. But she doesn't have that.
But I think too, like, this is that growing curve again.
That's very true. Yeah, we've been through it several times.
It's a new crop because I mean, at first you had your Natalias, and then the Charlottes, and then Sasha Banks, the Paiges, the Emmas,
Emelinas, Tennille Dashwoods.
No. But then you also had, like, you know, the Becky Lynches. You had all the ones that you're seeing now on the roster. The Alexa Blisses, Nia Jax, Asukas. Those girls are up now, so there's going to be a new generation in NXT. So I think this is the time where we're going to see a lot of building of these new crops of women. And it's now going to be a growing curve that I think in like 2 to 3 years, you're going to be talking about which of these girls are going to become the new Raw or SmackDown Women's Champion.
And that's very true. I mean, you look at Alexa Bliss, she never won the title.
No.
She may have gotten one title shot the entire time she was down there, but she's been a multi-time champion up in the main roster.
She was mainly a valet for Blake and Murphy.
Yep.
So,
but really, it's just, we're in that awkward in-between stage where they have to build up the talent again, which we've seen several of, and you know what? I just got to give it time. I think I'm being a little too critical, but I think I just got to give it time, and they'll get back to where they were, which...
Like, I honestly think with, that whole gimmick for Lacey Evans and just her being that...
Former U.S. Marine.
Yeah, but it's like I'm a real woman. But then, like, she's solid in the ring. She has a great build. I think she's your up and coming of the Charlotte. She's your new Charlotte.
Yeah.
I think Dakota Kai is your new Bailey.
Yeah. She needs to register more with the fans. That's the only thing.
Yeah, and I think that could come over time. I think
that's true.
It's not like Bailey was an instant hit with
No,
fans
that is very true.
So I think maybe they're looking at that bold. Your Bianca Belair seems like your new age Sasha.
You're being racist now.
Well, does she not?
No, because Sasha never once was doing CrossFit deadlifts and other things and was not nearly that real. She's not married to Montez Ford.
She married a seamstress instead.
Yeah. Good for her.
And then like maybe Nikki Cross is like the Becky Lynch, like the one that has
the insane redhead. Yes, I like.
Well, I mean, not so much insane, but you know, there's more spunk. There's more
spunk.
Unpredictability.
I believe I watched that porn once. More spunk.
Did it involve Paige?
it might have. Yes, it did.
Spunk House Brawl?
Ew. That's no.
It was a clever one though, on the spot.
Sounds like a pig pen match.
What?
Yeah. Barnyard horror match.
Okay, fine. Bertha Faye was in the movie.
Oh, good God.
So.
How about Money in the Bank? You want to get to that?
Yeah.
Okay. Women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
I'll talk more about this next week.
Yeah. All of us?
Just more about like my
where
ideas.
you think the direction's going, all that?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Seems like it's a lot. This was pretty much my spot-on idea anyway.
Sure.
Of just talking about the upcoming direction.
You always go after those ideas and you think ahead. Me, I just enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
enjoy
difference.
the ride, but I mean, I just know that...
No, you enjoy the ride, but you're always thinking ahead, like, well, this is what they could do. If they did this, they could do this. And
I
meanwhile...
love creating the ride. You love watching it.
I just enjoy being on it. Unless I'm participating, then I like creating. Other than that, though, it's like, I just want to see what happens.
More of the creator, you're more of the enjoyer.
Yeah, I do enjoy life. Sometimes too much. Yes, indeed. So, Ember Moon, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Lana, Naomi, Sasha. Who wins?
Okay, I'm going to go twofold on here, because I'm going to always, on these ladder matches, there's always someone who I think will win, and there's someone who I think needs it the most.
Okay.
I think the one girl that needs it the most is Sasha Banks.
Yes.
I think this helps her in more areas than just getting back into that title hunt. I think this can create a new dimension for her character. This could lead into a heel turn. This can give her a new direction moving forward. Not to mention, it doesn't necessarily... I hope it doesn't have to be her... If she wins, she stays on her own show. She can cross over. I'm really hoping this is something that is going to be a thing. However, the person I would love to see it to is Ember Moon.
That would be special. I think, personally...
I would love to see an eclipse off the ladder.
Stop hitting my fucking truck, you son of a bitch.
I'm love tapping.
I'll love tap you in the mouth.
Okay.
Okay. I agree with the whole, what do you call it, eclipse off the ladder. That'd be huge. Break her ass, maybe, but, you know. Who I think needs to win this is Becky Lynch. She's in the same situation as Sasha, but less titles, less. I don't. If she ever goes for a title, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, I don't believe it. So
this is why I chose Sasha Banks and not Becky. Sasha Banks can have great matches on Raw, but I don't think the fans care about her matches as much as they care about Becky's.
okay.
Not to mention, I think more people are bored from the Sasha Bailey angle than they are on the Becky Charlotte.
Fair enough.
And I think Charlotte is good enough to where even if they're getting old of Becky, can bring her back. And then there's Asuka, and then...
I have a feeling, though, it's going to be, for the winner of this match, it's going to be a blonde. I'm not going to say it's Charlotte, because it definitely could be. It could be Alexa Bliss, because I can see them doing that. Hell, I can see them going left field and putting on Lana. I think the winner of this match is going to be blonde.
It would be very interesting.
And I think it would also be hilarious if all of them, for some reason, listen to this and dyed their hair blonde.
Or they all make out.
That would not be hilarious. That would be awesome.
I'm just saying. It's a little bit of all right.
That's a lot of all right.
It's a struggalicious party, and I hope we're invited.
It's too sweet.
No. But no, I think it would be one hell of a story if Lana wins the women's and then Rusev wins the men's. And you have...
Which segue...
married Money in the Bank winners.
Yes.
First ever.
Which segue, men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Strowman, Balor, Miz, Rusev, Rude, Owens, Joe, and then TBA, either Big E, Kofi, or Woods.
Okay, I'm going to let you go first.
Who do I want to win this? That's such a tough question. I want several of them to win. I would love Kevin Owens to win. I'd love Samoa Joe to win. And you know what? I'd love Rusev to win. Braun Strowman doesn't need it. The Miz, I don't think he needs it. Finn Balor doesn't need it. Bobby Roode, I don't think he's there yet. This could help him get there, but I don't know. I think Owens and Joe could definitely use us the best. Could use us the best. And Rusev, you know what? He's been there a long time. Why not? As for one of the members of New Day, I like them better as a tag. Who I think will win? I'm going to say either Samoa Joe or The Miz. If Samoa Joe wins, I like what we talked about a little while ago, where Strowman finally beats Lesnar at SummerSlam. Joe catches and beats Strowman. If not, I think The Miz interjects himself in the WWE title picture between Styles and Nakamura and takes it off and adds another element.
Well, and then that's something I was going to also say. We have a last man standing match the same night.
Yeah. So
it'll be really interesting to see which one of those matches are on first. Yeah. I think they should start with the men's match. Start the show with the men's match, have the women's later, and then you can give time to some of the other men's singles matches.
Yes.
However, I think the one person that needs this match more than anything is Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
And I say this only because I look at the heels on SmackDown, the top heels on SmackDown. You have Shinsuke.
Yeah.
And then you have The Miz.
Yeah.
Those are your number 1 and 2 heels on SmackDown.
Yeah.
If Randy Orton doesn't turn, those are your top 2. So when Shinsuke is out of the picture, who's next? The Miz. Eventually, I think The Miz gets that position, and I don't think he needs a Money in the Bank to get that title.
Yeah.
Now, Kevin Owens, again with my same reason with Sasha Banks, is starting to get stale as an act on Raw.
I'll be honest, I want to defend Kevin Owens here because I love him, but I haven't watched SmackDown or Raw in probably almost 3 weeks. So, I can't.
I honestly, and there's a lot of reason why lately you're seeing Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens not in the same segments on Raw.
Yeah.
Because they want... I think it's just too much all the time with them together. Now, you can't always do that. Like, they just don't have the Owens and Jericho chemistry to where, you know, you want to see more of it all the time, and it doesn't get old, but you got to limit it.
They have that chemistry when they're facing each other.
Yeah.
Not necessarily when they're together.
So, this for Kevin Owens can bring him back into that position where he once was. Now, who I will pick to win? Bobby Roode.
You think so?
Just because, moving forward, this allows Bobby Roode to be that big surprise transaction to Raw that they want him to be, and I don't think he needs to do the same shtick when he wins it.
He could go back to being, you know, the guy that's all about the money and
Yeah.
just the douchebag heel.
This could, again, be the reason why he has that change of stroke. He very well could be the next Triple H guy.
Yeah.
And it makes a lot of sense.
You're very right.
So that's like I don't think Joe needs it. I don't think Strowman needs it. I think they're capable of getting back up to that spot in that main event on their shows without it. Same with The Miz. I look at whoever's coming out of the New Day. They're not going to be taken credible. They could be the surprise.
The one who almost gets it done.
Kind of a thing. But I just...
Which, by the way, I know we talked, you said you think it's going to be Big E. I said Kofi. I have a feeling it's going to be Woods.
If it's Woods, I don't think there's a shot in hell.
No. You know what?
You know what? Even if it's Kofi, I don't see
Big
it.
E, maybe Kofi just because the amount of time he's been there. I don't see them breaking them up. I just don't see one of them getting it. Unless some reason there's somewhere that they're like, hey, by the way, you can use it for tag titles if you want. Because that'd be different. I don't think that would ever happen.
Again, I would have just done a tag team.
I agree, and you know what? One day it'll probably happen.
But...
You heard it here first.
And then I look at Rusev, where I'm just like, you know, as much as you want to see them full on pull the trigger on him, I just don't think they will.
No. He seemed to have turned into the new age...
Ziggler?
I was going to say new age Bray Wyatt. What was the new age Ziggler? It's just the guys who are over, and they hint at it, but they never really give it to them.
I think as Bray did get a title.
So did Ziggler, but I mean, he ended up, you know, having a concussion. His only defense was when he lost.
Ziggler wasn't the WWE champion.
That's true. And Bray only had the title for a month.
Yeah.
It's like they're really hesitant. They don't want to, you know.
Yeah. So, Bray's also the man who defeated John Cena for the 16th time.
Yeah.
In a title match. So, history on that, I guess.
So speaking of WWE title, Styles versus Nakamura, last minute standing. Who wins?
I don't see how you don't give it to Shinsuke now.
Yeah. There's going to be nut shots on nut shots on nut shots.
I just think if you have AJ win,
then what was it all worth?
what do you do with Shinsuke? How is Shinsuke viewed in your company moving forward?
Back to NXT.
If you're not going to pull the trigger with Shinsuke, then why did you put him in this big feud in which you didn't deliver that 5-star match everybody knows these guys can have?
Yeah. I think this will be a real coming out party for him.
I think this is the perfect match that could set up something like an Iron Man match to finish the feud.
I'd be good with that. Yeah, if they don't give it to Nakamura, even again, I just don't know how you can really get behind Nakamura being a threat at that point. So what, 3 in a row at this point? It's like, how can you take him seriously if he can't do it?
Well, and that's just the thing. It's like, yeah, he beats AJ on SmackDown to name the stipulation, but do you really remember that match?
No, couldn't watch.
And that's just the thing. Like, you remember these big pay-per-view matches.
Yes.
So, I mean, at the very least, even though they didn't give you that 10, perfect 10 match at WrestleMania,
10.
they gave you a moment that, you know, when you got to see AJ Styles get turned, like Shinsuke turned heel at WrestleMania. That was still a moment.
Yes, it was.
So
I think at this point,
and that literally was something that has changed the direction of SmackDown's main event for the next few months. So, and that's why I even said right at Mania, I'm like, I think this is actually something that we're gonna look back and actually enjoy, because nothing always has to end at Mania. It could just
start.
Yeah.
It's either the ending or the beginning.
Or a main turning point.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I think honestly, we'll wait and see how it goes. I mean, it's still like it's a week away. It's, what, 2 weeks away? Or a week away?
I think it's the day you come.
The day I get back. The day I get back is... So I'm going to have to try and, like, somehow set my PVR to record it while I'm gone.
Yeah.
Or just watching the network. But anyways. Nia Jax with Ronda Rousey. I'm going to go first of all and say I don't really care. I hope Ronda Rousey has another great showing, but I just don't care.
I don't think Rousey loses this match, but I don't think she walks away with the title.
Okay.
I think we're going to see some part of Natalya in this match.
Okay.
Or a cash-in.
Could be right.
So.
I could definitely see Alexa Bliss, if she wins, cashing it out back in on her former best friend and against Ronda Rousey and just kind of going off, and you have two faces chasing the heel.
Well,
Not that they should, but I can see it happening.
Also think about the potential of Ronda Rousey winning the title only to have somebody cash in on her.
Yeah, and then she actually, kind of like Dana Bryan, wins it at like a SummerSlam for quite a while.
Or even a Mania.
Or a Mania for quite a while.
I only can assume she's being groomed to win the next Women's Rumble.
Probably.
So.
Yeah, I honestly, you can pick someone if you want. I don't. I'm not stoked for this one.
I'm curious to see if this match is going to exceed expectations or if it's going to pan out.
I'm really hoping it turns out to be just like the first match where I'm pleasantly surprised. I really hope it does. But again, just...
I'm also curious to see what kind of a match Nia Jax will give Ronda Rousey, as much as I'm curious to see how Ronda Rousey is going to work with someone like a Nia Jax.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. This is one of the matches where I'm hoping is better than what I am expecting.
Yes.
But it's also a match that I'm hoping has more meaning to it than what I'm led to believe.
And you know what? People might say that I'm getting really negative again on Ronda Rousey, even though I was pleasantly surprised. And you might be right, but I mean, she was facing some very, very talented and accomplished wrestlers in Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Say what you want, Stephanie McMahon she knows what she's doing in there. She can get the crowd, she can do her thing. Nia Jax, I've never been like, oh fuck, I love her, she's amazing. She's had some alright matches, but I've never been blown away. I preferred her as a heel, but I don't know. Just this matchup is just odd. The way that they did it on like the red carpet, wherever the hell they were, none of it just seems intriguing. It all seems so forced, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's not an organic thing.
No, it's very awkward.
Yeah. So
the other match, on the other hand, Carmella defending against Asuka. That one I'm intrigued by.
Especially when I'm 100% expecting the Iconics to get involved.
Yeah, they could. Do you think they're going to start following Carmella?
I do think that there's going to be more of a thing. I mean, I think this explains why Absolution is no longer around, because there could be a new 3-woman tandem.
Okay, yeah.
Also, it wouldn't be completely out of the realm to see Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose team up with Carmella.
Yeah, that's true.
And see more Iconics against Becky and Charlotte. So,
yeah. Yeah, no, I'd be alright with Asuka 1, but I could definitely see some sort of tomfoolery.
I can see Asuka winning the match, but just not winning the title.
Yeah.
I think Carmella's your perfect woman on that roster to give not necessarily a completely lengthy, but a longer than average title run because she finds sneaky ways to escape. It's that Edge style reign.
Yeah. I can see her holding on to it till SummerSlam and then maybe past that to like a Rumble.
Yeah.
Next match, Reigns versus Mahal. This is another one. Don't really care about. It's just, I think it's gonna be the same thing as Mahal versus Orton, where it's just the styles are too similar. It's gonna be kind of clunky and awkward.
I think Reigns wins this match.
Oh, of course.
I really hope that Mahal it's a statement kind of a thing where you see. I hope Mahal has a strong showing.
Yes.
Because I'm finding his intensity is going up with Roman Reigns.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, this one's. I'm expecting Reigns to win. It's one of those.
It's one of those where I hope they realize that there's actually something here that they should continue with, not prevent it from going any further.
Hopefully you're right, because right now I don't care. Bludgeon Brothers versus the Good Brothers.
I am
interested.
I don't think this match is going to get a lot of time.
No, I think the Bludgeon Brothers might destroy them, unfortunately, which I don't like. But there's actually, I'm just looking through it now, there's no Raw Tag Team match.
For the titles?
Yeah. Doesn't say there is one anyways.
I believe that there's something going on Raw tonight to...
You mean currently, like when it just ended like maybe an hour and a half ago?
I think
because we are recording on a Monday?
Yeah, it was, I think, a Raw match where you're going to see who the tag team the number one contenders for the tag team titles are.
That means that if there is, that means there's going to be 11 matches on this show, which, holy shit, that's a long show.
Yeah, but there's also a 4th hour added onto it.
Yeah.
And a pre-show. Also think, there could be a couple matches on this pre-show.
Yeah, that is true.
Or the kickoff show, whatever you want to call it.
That is true. But yeah, I think Bludgeon Brothers retain. Hopefully they get some time, because I do love Gallows and Anderson, but I don't know. I can't see them taking the Bludgeon Brothers are going to go for a bit of a tear for a while, I feel.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was a kickoff match.
Yeah, I could see that. They do like to do that to their tag teams.
So I believe there's no U.S. title match.
Not that I've seen on here either. But I see there's another one here that could be definitely a kickoff one. Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn.
Yep.
This is going to be a Lashley win. They got to do something with him.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but because they should do something with Zayn too. It's the lesser of two evils, I guess.
I think it's one of those where a loss for Zayn doesn't hurt Zayn as much as a loss for Lashley would.
It's very true.
So I think it's a situational thing.
Yeah. I'll agree with that.
And then I believe you have your Intercontinental title.
Rollins defending against Elias, which actually I'm intrigued by.
This is exactly where I'll pull the trigger on Elias. I want Elias to walk out as your new Intercontinental Champion.
How long has Rollins had this?
Mania.
That's a couple months. Yeah.
Why not? I don't see there's a reason to end the feud. But,
I like it.
Oh man, do I think this is the right time to pull the trigger on Elias.
Yeah, why not? He is pretty over. Because everyone wants to walk with Elias. Hell, I would love if Elias walked me down the aisle.
This is also the one time where Elias could actually become the number one heel just because of who he's against.
Yeah, because
clearly the number one babyface.
Yeah, I agree with that. But on a serious note, Elias, if you're listening, because we know you are in love with our stuff. A, you can write us a theme song. I won't be mad at that. B, if you want to walk...
Wedding with Elias.
Wedding with Elias, because you should walk me down the aisle. And then you can be our true brother. And you know what? I'll pay you. I'll pay you handsomely.
I'll pay in Johnny Cash.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, but yes, go Elias. Etc., etc. And the last match, Bryan versus Big Cass, part 2. Or 3. Whatever they're on. And, again, I think Bryan wins.
Yeah, I think Bryan does win.
It just, I don't know. I love Daniel Bryan's back. I like the dynamic at first, but Daniel Bryan needs to move on to something else. Losing interest very quickly.
Yeah, but I think too one of the thing is how do you push a guy that you don't know if is actually going to stay with the company?
That's true, but I think it's kind of like the CM Punk thing. You got to show faith that he's, you want to have him there by pushing him and then hoping he stays.
That show of good faith has to go both ways, though.
I agree.
There has to be that. Even though I don't doubt that Daniel Bryan wants to leave WWE, I think the fact
But you
that...
think he does?
No, I don't think
Oh, you don't think he does?
No. I also think that the fact that there could be a potential of him doing the All-In show...
That'd be nice.
I think that's intriguing. I personally, if I had a chance to do that All-In show, I would do it and then right away re-sign with WWE.
Yep.
I think you're a bigger star out of that.
Yeah, because that would not necessarily your biggest star, but that would make the show itself huge.
Yeah.
I also think it's awesome how the Young Bucks approached WWE about working with the Revival, and I think that would be an awesome match.
But don't think you'll see that unless Young Bucks decide to come into WWE.
You know what? Apparently, as long as they don't have a show booked, they're allowed. It's just all about you have to pay WWE their sum plus the wrestlers their sum. It's a lot of money.
Well,
so maybe if they do Madison Square Garden,
it's not just that. It's you also have, if they're not contacted by WWE to do anything for a live event or a show or a public appearance, autograph signing, anything like that, and then you're asking them on their 1 or 2 days off in the week to do that, it's also...
Yeah.
So, I don't know, you're asking a lot just based on circumstance there.
Absolutely.
So if you had like a show and say like right down the street from where you live, and
like
you're not,
AJ Styles.
yeah, and that's exactly what it was. And I believe he was U.S. champion at the time.
Yep.
When he did the show, and it's just one of those things that just happened. I don't think he wrestled. He just showed up.
Yeah, I have no idea. I wasn't there.
So.
I was in Atlanta, Georgia. Or Gainesville, Georgia. I wasn't there. I don't know Atlanta. So. Anyways, that's all I got about.
Yeah, that's all I have too.
So, we should probably do some advertising.
Yes.
Retro WE and original The Struggle t-shirts can be found all at whatamaneuver.net under the the banner for Backbreaker Media, that thing. You want some new stuff? We are actually, I'm pretty sure, out. I think there might be a couple kids stuff left, maybe double XL. That's it.
We're on
We're out.
We're on the back burner on back orders.
Yeah, we are.
We're also in that transition phase of
Figuring out what our next logo will be and
New
what we're
stuff.
doing, and yeah, we got some stuff in the works. We're kind of figuring it all out. It's crazy right now with me going on vacation, planning for my wedding. It's crazy right now.
yeah.
So keep listening.
I blame
keep
you.
doing-
No,
Fuck, I blame me too. Everyone else does.
even though
Um,
I'm the one who does the logos.
yeah, whatever. Fuck it. It's all Shaun Martens' fault.
Yeah, I blame him.
So
Asshole.
keep listening to this. Keep your ear and eyes on our social media. We'll figure something out eventually. Also, you can listen to all previous 77 episodes of Sounds of Struggle on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, Podcast Player. Fuck YouTube. We are on there, but fuck them.
Even on Facebook, you'll see the.
Yeah, they do post them on Facebook.
It'll be
I
shared
retweet them.
throughout Facebook, through
Twitter.
these apps as well, and don't forget to check out Backbreaker Media's versions of the MPW shows.
Oh, the backbreakervod.papershare.com.
I believe it's
Use our promo code.
at Tag Struggle with E,
Yes, not a 3 with an E.
and then
And you get not only two weeks free, but 3 months for half off.
yes, and who doesn't like to save some money, because you can use that money to come check us out at on July 7th with the Monster Pro Wrestling Outdoor Show.
This is a show you're definitely going to want to tune into, because I'm finally going to get my hands on that son of a bitch, Shaun motherfucking Martens.
Shaun head up his ass, and he's
Shaun-
way out of line, Martens.
Shaun pisses in the middle of Red Deer Streets, Martens.
Yeah.
True story. I saw it.
Well, at least he doesn't poo in the streets, because who would do that?
I knew a guy who took a dump in a parkade once, but
Yeah, but parkades are usually pieces of crap anyway.
yeah, they're shitty.
Yeah,
Especially
especially that one in West End.
Do you mean the one that we're currently sitting in?
Yes.
Ah, very good.
Yeah, so this coming week, we know you're going to be on vacation.
I am going to be soaking up the sun on a sweet-ass cruise.
I'm going to be on a cruise of my own.
Cruising for a bruising?
About a 4.5 hour cruise down the Highway 2 going to Lethbridge, because I got Pure Power Wrestling this Saturday. And I'll be taking on... Who knows? I don't know yet. I do want to get my hands on Kyle Sebastian, though. He cheated.
He's a piece of shit.
He used a steel
Nice guy, but piece of shit.
used a steel chair to beat me the first time, and then had the gall to call me out, knowing that I was
Had the
not...
Mickey gall to call you out?
No, because I don't want to be punk in that scenario.
Fair enough. Sounds like you were there with the chair.
Huh?
Sounds like you were because of the chair.
No.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, I showed up.
So...
Yeah, so he called me out knowing that I was in CWC at that night, so that wasn't cool. So I am going to retort to him this week, this Saturday.
Retort.
So yeah.
Retortulate hard.
I am going to...
And you know what? I'm going to find someone on that cruise I'm going on and fight them. Just because I can.
Well, I mean, this is the year to fight on cruises.
Exactly. So let's have the Meniac Massacre. Yeah. Anyone happens to be going on the Alaskan cruise this coming Sunday is when it leaves from Vancouver, hit me up. Ooh. We'll have a fight.
You know how there's like beatbox? You should have your beat boat.
Beat boat?
Yeah.
Beat my meat on the boat.
Oh,
I'm on that too.
You're on a beat boat.
Yeah. I'm on a boat now to fuck shit up.
You gotta listen to that song.
You goddamn know I will.
So yeah. So I think that does it for episode 78
of Le Sounds du Struggle.
Yep. And we are Tag Struggle.
Yes, we are. Literally, all of us Tag Struggle. It's like we are Groot.
Just the two of us.
We can make it if we try.
Just the two of us.
You and I.
That was a duet, motherfuckers.
Now let's duet and go drink.
Well, yeah, because our alcoholism is real.
But more importantly, it's spectacular.
And later, bitches.